My friend John Waltz is now a VP of sales at P&G. He's a quarter Filipino, so that's why this is relevant here. So, yeah, there we go, Filipinos in the house, absolutely. I love that he's quoting this by Ezra T. Benson. This is a beautiful quote, that pride is concerned with who is right, humility is concerned with what is right. Sometimes office politics can wear us out, and Asians don't tend to necessarily swim in that water as well, because a lot of these institutions were built by white, cis-het white males, right? Not good, not bad, but the farther away you are from that, it's sort of vibrating at a different frequency from you, right? For us, though, I think it is a little difficult to navigate, and we could always be worried about who's going to mess us over and worry about office politics, but I find it's better just to trust people, and occasionally the price you'll pay for that is you will get burnt. But the other way to go about it, if you're constantly suspicious, is to live in constant suspicion. And I feel like that causes me way more stress than every now and then maybe getting burnt. Another one, we're in Boston, so I have to put up a screenshot of The Departed, one of the great movies. So 2006, there's Martin Sheen and Mark Wahlberg. And there's a great scene there where Martin Sheen's character is trying to recruit Leonardo DiCaprio to come work in their department, and they're undercover cops in this one. And he says, "We deal in deception here. What we do not deal with is self-deception." That always has stayed with me. I thought that was really great. It's important to reduce the conflict between perception, especially self-perception, and reality. Because all week, I've had people ask me, why did you leave? How did you do it? You left Procter & Gamble, you became a comedian. I said, come to my session, I will answer this question, okay? I have also already partially answered it by saying that I turned 30 and I flipped out and I'm like, oh my God, it's really freaking me out that I'm still doing what I want. I'm not doing what I really wanted to do with my life because I love my job. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, did you hate being an engineer? Did you hate working at Procter & Gamble? I'm like, no, I liked it a lot. That's what made this decision even harder. If I hated it, it would have been easy. But it was really difficult. Most comedians are not engineers. Right, because the left brain, right brain thing, they're about as far apart as you can get. I'm just really smart. No, it's because a lot of us are cursed with this. So you're good at a lot of things, right? You're good at a lot of things. So it's hard to narrow it down into one thing. It was a series of 4 conversations that I had. One of them actually ended up in the New York Times. One of the conversations I had was an offhand remark by my brother. And there was a great article written. I could not screenshot the top of it because I don't have a subscription. So what I had to do was I pulled it up in Chrome and it pulled up the subscription thing. So I went over to Safari, shot the screen real fast, and this is what I got. So that's it. That's the middle of the article. Even the highlight isn't really relevant here, so ignore the highlight. But it was a great piece about the remarkable shelf life of the offhand comment. I loved that concept. Somebody says something to you completely offhand and it just destroys your life. You can't believe that a person just said that to you, and it was just like such a crazy thing. And I had that happen to me 4 times. And one of them was, I was in the media department at P&G and I was co-leading branded entertainment for all brands in North America. Super fun job, flying to LA and New York and talking to record labels and movie studios and talent firms. And my main contact at CAA, Creative Artist Agency, the largest talent firm in the world, was this man named Roger Fishman. And we would talk every morning for about an hour. He was a great philosopher, and he would always share all this information and kind of life advice with me. Some of it sprinkled in here, I'm sure, because it got in there in the water somewhere in which I swim. And I said to him offhand, it was in the morning, we had these hour-long conversations, and he just goes, he's saying something, and I go, well, because I'm a wild and crazy guy. And he goes, yeah, 30 years in Ohio, 6 years at Procter & Gamble, you were so wild and crazy. Silence. And he goes, hello? I was the buyer, he was the seller. I go, I cannot believe you just said that to me. And he goes, look, Rajiv, here's the thing. You've been at the same company in the same state in which you were born. Your values right now are completely misaligned. He goes, if you're going to retire at Procter & Gamble, just admit that your values are security and stability, and that is what 99% of the world wants. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to tell yourself you're wild and crazy, then go do something wild and crazy. Quit your job, pack your bags, move to the West Coast, and be a stand-up comic, because that would be wild and crazy. Because I'm not saying you need to do that, but you need to get your values in alignment. That was really tough. That was a really tough conversation to hear, but he was right. It really, really, really hurt because it's so important to define ourselves accurately.